Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for December 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for December. Well, here we are in the final month of the year. It's been a bit of a crazy ride, but we made it through. And we are left to reflect on how much you have grown as a person through all the ups and downs. Take stock of all your personal successes, both big and small, and of course reflect on the lessons you learnt and set new visions for the future. It's a big month to decompress, to let your hair down, but still give one more final push to close out the year on a high. Now, we also have Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron currently retrograding, and Mars will follow suit from the 6th of December. So you may feel the pace or the energy slowing down a little as we move to close out 2024 and embrace 2025. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, for we have just moved into Sagittarius season, which influences us all to harness our personal power. Now this month, it hits a little bit different. We have 2 new moons, which sees a healthy dose of optimism and, of course, a touch of grounded realism to prepare for the future. Now the new moon on the 1st, it nudges us all to notice where we could encourage our wild side to come out and play a little bit more. Seek new adventures, be more spontaneous, or acknowledge if our happiness has been blocked in some area of our life so that we can set changes in motion to unblock and let more happiness flow in. It also asks us to have faith on our path. Even if the path ahead feels unclear or uncertain, know that all shall come together as you desire. Now, we also have the second new moon on the 30th, and this is often called the black moon. It increases our manifestation potential with its heightened energy, as well as our libido. It reignites our lust for life, and it actually occurs in the sign of Capricorn, which encourages us to set new visions in motion to move towards success for the year ahead. Now, December also helps us to tap into party mode. But as 2024 has been a little bit challenging, you may feel too exhausted to party. However, that Sagittarius influence revitalizes your spirits, increases your energy to spend quality time with your nearest and dearest, or seek out new experiences to rediscover that sparkle and magic of the everyday moment. Now, if you are someone who has moments of psychic intuition, expect your knowingness to increase this month as well. And as always, with every positive, there's always an opposite. I don't really want to say negative because I really don't feel this energy is negative, but we have Sirius planet Saturn. It's at a hard angle to the moon at the beginning of the month, which can force us all to be stricter with our finances and, of course, our time, as well as influencing us to take a cold, hard look at long-term goals. So there may be a bit of a push and pull between party time and responsibilities, of course, and balance is the key to getting the best out of December. Also, don't forget to celebrate your accomplishments. We tend to gloss over those, but we are already under one of the most prolific influences, Pluto in the sign of Aquarius, which affects us all to detox, declutter, remove the old to clear space for the new. So you may feel a little more conscious of not overindulging this month, or even start early with your intentions for the new year. Now, this is an obvious one, but the full moon is in your sign, my beautiful Gemini, which could wreak havoc with postal deliveries, so get orders in early. And of course, Mercury will be in retrograde until the 15th of December, travel delays, and disruptions may increase, and I would suggest getting important information in writing or saving down important documents, as power outages and gremlins in the system tend to occur during retrogrades. And because it's in your sign, you may notice some glitches a little bit more than others. I hate to give you that message, but it is in your sign, so you may feel a little bit more. Now, the solstice on the 21st is actually a perfect time to send your gratitude and your wishes out to the future, connecting to your vibrations, to the outcome that you desire. So be clear and set time aside to utilize that powerful energy. Now, some of you may not want to hear how the energy affects global situations, so you may want to fast forward until I pick up the first card there. But for those of you who want to stay on a global scale, planet Mars stations, and then it retrogrades on the 6th. Now, this station point on the 6th, it can be really volatile, increasing the potential for a sudden battle of egos, resulting in events that can cause the world to really sit up and take notice. But also, the retrograde itself after the 6th can encourage a temporary pause on conflicts. Mars stationing is actually chaotic and unpredictable, and on a personal level, this day in particular, it could be highly pressurized, and people tend to get a little bit cranky during this planetary shift, so just watch out for that. Now, Saturn also clashes with Jupiter, which could provoke a temporary dip in the financial markets, but things will stabilize. It can also cause spontaneous bursts of tension between people when governing bodies go too far. Society pushes back, enough is enough, and Saturn fights hard to bring stability and order to global systems. Pluto also works hard to expose corruption, so we will continue to see many exposés in order to bring justice. Now, Neptune goes direct on the 7th, so we could also see tectonic plate shifts detected that bring sudden changes to water conditions for some. And of course, we're all going to see a little bit more of that crazy weather. But on a personal level, it actually lifts brain fog or confusion around your goals, aiding you to be clear and direct. And with so many planets either shifting or retrograding this month, it's pretty much a mixed bag. But it reminds you to embrace the moment with those you care about, reconnect with things that you love doing just because it feels good, and clear out 2024 to make way for a fresh new start in 2025. And remember, Venus slides into Aquarius's DMs on the 7th, making it a perfect month to discover love or even reestablish long-term relationships with that fuzzy feeling. Yes, there is a lot of chaos and uncertainty in the world, and the planetary energy works super hard to avoid escalation in the month of December. It's really important not to let fear control your vibration. Easier said than done, but fear, it will rob you of joy. So it's about living in the moment and doing your bit as much as possible. It is a perfect time to celebrate the wonderful you and remember that you are a human being, not just a human doing. It's been a monumental year, but as Mars goes through one of its rare retrograde cycles, the pressure will be off. It's time to relax, recalibrate, and reflect on the reality of your situation, set new intentions, reestablish creative patterns, recharge, reclaim your power, and of course, reignite that fire in your soul to make long-lasting changes for your bright future ahead. And I see there's a lot of good things happening for you, and you are so over 2024 by the looks of your cards. I see that you are literally out of here. Okay, these two cards are like withdraw. I am out of here right now. I feel like you're looking forward to the future. Look, this is your future card. It's like, and next. I feel a lot of you are focusing on your purpose and your inner compass this month. I feel like you're looking at your direction, and I feel also that you are looking to do more things that you love. So this month, I feel it is going to be pretty busy. I see you have a lot on your to-do list. I also feel that you may be rushing around a little bit, so perhaps a slower pace will be better for you to get everything done. I really get an energy here that you are being organized and compartmentalizing everything on your to-do list to make sure that you are on top of things and on target. But your first card there is the Hermit. So a lot of you are exhausted. A lot of you are also fed up with the way things have been going recently. So you may be taking a moment to step back, to really think about the next steps on your path and just kind of recharge your batteries and reflect on what it is that you are reaching for in your life. Whatever it is you're reaching for, because of course that Hermit is reaching for the star energy, you shall have it. The star is showing up in your reading. A lot of you are doing some deep processing, deep healing this month and convalescing if you've been a little bit unwell. I also feel a lot of you have been under a lot of pressure recently, so you're paying a lot of attention to maintaining a peaceful mind or peaceful environment. And with the Hermit energy, it can indicate that you're deepening your belief system at this time. You're deep in thought about your journey. A lot of you may be meditating or connecting to a mindfulness practice this month and really just wanting to hibernate. It's almost like you're in hibernation mode. You've been super busy, but even though you're in hibernation mode, you still have tasks, responsibilities, and things to do. So a lot of you are going to get caught up in that energy of wanting to withdraw into your home space. Perhaps some of you are thinking about being quietly in pursuit of your goals. And I actually see that you have allies that strongly walk by your side, both on this earthly plane, but also people in spirit guiding you at this time. And I feel if you've been struggling or going through a really challenging time, that Hermit energy, it's like the light at the end of the tunnel. So you'll feel a little bit pushed and pulled of whether you want to stay at home and kind of like revamp your home space or just be cozy. I mean, some of you are actually renovating or decorating or planning to do that this month at some point. But also there's this energy of wanting to get out there, be more sociable, especially with that Queen of Wands there, okay? Now the Queen of Wands, of course, is all about your passions. It's about doing more things that excite your soul, but it's also about being in the company of like-minded people, people who change and raise your vibration. So a lot of you are kind of like maybe taking a couple of days to, get your energy back before you go to a big party or a big event or go to a festival or something like that, because I feel like you are conserving your energy for the big stuff this month. And a lot of you are still very goal oriented. I feel that you are boldly moving towards things that you're launching, or you're writing things down to strategize for the year ahead. But ultimately, the Hermit energy, you recognize it is a big reflection month to do a lot of soul searching, check with your inner wisdom, whether you're on the right path. And a lot of you, it's almost like you may have felt this year that you've been so busy and running on empty almost that you've kind of blended into the background, just doing your own thing. But actually, I see that you're getting out, allowing yourself to be seen and connecting to a little bit more fun this month as well. I mean, your 7th house of partnerships, the people in your everyday circumstances, deepening those partners and alliances are influencing you this month. So I feel a lot of you, it's kind of like business as usual ticking on in the background, but then of course there's more invitations or more people to see this month, or you're connecting to people that you haven't seen for a while. But also I feel this is about you, burning the candle at both ends. A lot of you are recognizing where you've been doing that and trying not to spread yourself too thin. Now, of course, we've got the 8 of Cups, which really does highlight that you are literally out of here when it comes to 2024. But of course, the 8 of Cups is you really looking and dissecting at all that you leave behind in 2024. What's not coming with you into 2025? This is a big monumental moment because these are 2 journey cards, which mean you are really focused on your path, your inner compass, and you're kind of strategizing as to the next steps of where you want to set yourself up and be ready for 2025 to hit the ground running, as it were. Now, a lot of you may be, as I said, soul searching, but there's also this energy of you kind of like thinking of changing direction or changing the path that you're on. The goal is still the same, and I feel like you'll still kind of like reach whatever it is that you're trying to reach. But I get an energy here of some of you kind of like trying something new. There's an energy of like withdrawing to take stock, of course, getting new perspectives, but also it's like you're now in search of the missing ingredients of life, okay? You've got to a certain level, you have a lot of wisdom, and I feel a lot of you are just wanting to connect to more things that you've always been meaning to do. So you may be like writing a list in the month of December saying, okay, next year I'm going to do more travel. Next year I'm going to do more things that put me out of my comfort zone. Next year I'm going to launch a business. I'm going to go traveling to that destination that's been calling to me and my heart yearns to be there. So I feel a lot of you are kind of like stepping into the unknown, as it were, or trying to reshape your landscape in some way. And I mean, December feels like it's a slowing down month for you. I feel like you may be a little bit bit busier in the middle of the month there. So perhaps don't leave all your tasks or duties to the last minute, especially if you're someone who is gifting, because I feel there could be potential delays there, especially since you have a tower there. You know, there's an energy of like something that perhaps you book last minute, it doesn't come in on time. There is an energy of that. But some of you are just like trying to tie up loose ends, be super busy to get on track and actually get everything done before you take a vacation, because this card can also be that you're going away. And also there's an energy here of you really taking stock and looking at what is no longer working for you. And I see a lot of you, it is this sense of doubt. I feel like you're being more confident within yourself, because I feel like you realize that, you know, doubt or worry or fear or anxiety is actually just an emotion that keeps you stuck, and it robs you of joy. So I feel a lot of you are trying to recalibrate or find ways to quieten the inner critic, as well as calm your anxiety levels. I'm actually seeing someone giving Reiki right now. So it could be that either you are trying Reiki for the first time. Some of you may be studying Reiki to become a Reiki master. For some of you, it could be that you have done Reiki before, but you're returning to it, is what I see there. But it will kind of cleanse, because there's a lot of detox energy about you. Even before we've started 2025, a lot of you are going, okay, I'm not going to overindulge. That star energy, it is in a resistance position, so it can indicate that, you know, you're going to let loose a little bit, but then you're going to be really strict with yourself and making sure that you don't overspend, overindulge. I feel you are treating yourself this month as well, but this Eight of Cups, it's all about the unknown. So some of you, especially with the Hermit and the Tower there, some of you could be a little bit concerned with the way that the world is going right now. I mean, who wouldn't be? But at the same time, I feel that you're trying to disconnect from like clickbait or things that shock you or give you a knee-jerk reaction, because I feel like you are highly aware of your cortisol levels. Because sometimes when you get the Queen of Wands, this can be that you're looking at things that you know, you're passionate about, but also things that anger you or kind of tricked you into feeling fear. And I feel like you're trying to remove yourself a lot from that as well. And of course, if you are someone who is you know, maturing, and if you are going through the menopause, for example, some of you are trying to manage you know, hot flushes and things like that, or trying to recalibrate your hormones. And you may actually stop using a certain product or substance or something that perhaps you feel triggers it or doesn't help it in any way, and you discover something new. I want you to be aware of that. There is something, I feel it could be a friend kind of recommends something to you and you're like, oh, that really does work. For some of you, it doesn't have to be menopause. It could be that some of you are just trying to manage your stress levels and not be triggered during this time of year, especially if you're spending time in company with family members or with gatherings of people. There's always that one person who likes to you know, go too far or push your buttons there. Five of Swords can be someone who criticizes, or, you know, nothing is ever good enough for them. So if you are actually spending any time with anybody in that circumstance this month, I feel like you're kind of like removing yourself. So it could be, you know, you're just not engaging in it, or it could be that you're actually not attending something because you think, you know what, it's just not worth my time. I feel like you're conserving your energy. Now, of course, the Queen of Wands energy, it's all about your passions. It's about you being very creative. You're a very talented person. And whether you're in a career or not, I feel like you are doing more hands-on kind of creativity this month. You're going to be super productive. You're focusing on your goals, but also this indicates that you are free to explore, that luck is on your side. Now, of course, the Queen of Wands also indicates that you are highly attractive, okay? So it can be that you are attracting a lot of attention during this time. If you're looking for love, this is a great time to get out there, allow yourself to be seen. I see a lot of invitations, or if you are looking for your soul tribe right now, it could be that you actually join a creative group or do a little bit more community work in some way, or get involved in the community, and there could be a spark between you and someone in the month of December. And this person, I feel they are meant to be on your path. It's like love at first sight. It's passionate, it's intense, but also I feel it's long term. So this is the potential to be your soulmate is what I see there. And for some of you, if you're in a high level commitment already and you're not married yet, you may get your partner popping the question. So please try to act surprised there, because the Tower is literally meaning a surprise. And because it's in your resistance position, and I will show it to you in a moment, it means it's not a negative one. It means you avoid a disaster. It means basically that you are in a period of having nice surprises that are connected to a wish or something that you've been yearning for. For a lot of you, if you're in a career, it could be that you're offered a bonus this month. And for some of you, I'm going to pull a quick card on that, because for some of you, I feel it's a nice offering, okay? But I also see you looking further afield. So it could be that you're waiting for your bonus to come in and then maybe putting your resume out there to find new opportunities for the new year. Or some of you maybe actually like taking the bonus and then changing your course or trying something new in a similar vein or even in the same industry, but like a different department or something where you can migrate your skills. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on the money aspect. Yeah, new money coming in, bonus. Okay, I definitely see an increase in some of your finances. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, this could be, it's going to be a very busy time of year for you, especially the middle of the month, and there's a flurry of activity, new money coming in. For a lot of you, this is you aligning yourself with success. Could be a startup or I mean, not all of you, but some of you may be thinking of doing like a pop-up store or a stall, or you may be, you know, giving your goods and services to people kind of in a more freelance way. For some of you, it could also be that you're taking up seasonal work in the month of December and getting some extra money. And because you have a lot of like home energy because of your 7th and 1st house, this can indicate that you are thinking about doing some DIY or kind of like restructuring your home, decluttering, and you may think about selling items for, you know, money and things like that. But Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, this is a fresh new start. So a lot of you are thinking about your financial future, putting new things in place like budgets in order to stay on target. Some of you may even get a little bit of a bonus there where you can put on repayment plans or take down a debt. But I also see a lot of you treating yourself, because this is the card to treat yourself and the people that you care about. I feel like you are also keeping a tight rein on your finances. And I hate to give you this message, my beautiful Gemini. Some of you, because the Tower is there with the star energy in the resistance position, I feel some of you, and this is important for you to keep an eye on, is what I'm being given. Check your like balances. If you have a direct debit, there is a strong potential that your usual direct debit date is not the date that the money comes out this month, okay? So it could be that if you pay your bills on the 1st or 2nd of every month, okay, and we're coming up to the end of December, you could see some of those bills come out in like the 2nd or 3rd week of December, and it almost either puts you in deficit or makes you go into your overdraft. So just watch out for that, because I'm just seeing bills come out early, something that you expect to pay, but you expect to pay it a little bit like later on. So it may mean that it's like a payment for January. It's going to come out early, okay? So make sure you're covered, because sometimes, you know, financial institutions do that. But I just see that some of you are going to be like, what? They weren't meant to take that out now. They're meant to take it out in a little bit. And it kind of like sets you out a little bit. So yeah, just watch out for that, okay? Obviously, they're going to do it, but it's best to have yourself covered with that too, okay? Now also, with this card, this can indicate that you're paying more attention to your aesthetic look. So it could be that you change a look, it could be you change your style, it could also be that you like pick a new product or try new products at this time, or try new things to add to your wardrobe. And I really feel here this is a time of you kind of glowing up. This is about you spending more time on how you feel about yourself, but also reigniting that passion for life. This is a very creative month for you, but it's also an outgoing month for you, with that 7th house influencing you there as well. I feel it's almost like you want to devote yourself to fun, tirelessly kind of like being fun loving. You're a very popular person. I mean, even if you're searching for your soul tribe right now, I feel some of you will join a group where you are instantly accepted and just feel like you're at home, and you create really firm friendships for life there. But also this is about you kind of at the end of the year taking stock and fully knowing your worth and what you deserve, and you're not accepting less than you truly deserve in life, in love, in money, in career, whatever it is. I feel that there's an energy here of you knowing what you deserve and valuing what you deserve as well. And of course, your first house of self and identity are actually influencing you this month as well. So that makes you look at what you are connecting to. It makes you look at how you're unique and how you stand out from the crowd. And it also indicates that you have the focus and the passion to make long-lasting changes to get the best out of life there as well, okay? So I feel a lot of you also are very ambitious this month. Even though, you know, the period is, the energy is slowing down, you may be quietly sort of pursuing your goals, your dreams, and you may not reveal them until a little bit later on. Please be a little bit mindful of who you tell your ideas, or if you're trying to surprise someone, be a little bit mindful of who you tell that surprise to, because I'm seeing in the energy there is a potential for someone to breach your confidence, okay? So just watch out for that. Someone may blurt something out and you're like, what? So I feel, you know, just be a little bit mindful to keep your secrets to yourself until you feel ready to reveal. Now, of course, we have the Tower card. It's in the resistance position. Now, I want you to be aware, the Tower is not an evil card. Everyone gets the Tower at some point in their journey. So it could be that you are currently going through something difficult and you had a bit of a shock. But December is the month to really like recalibrate. For example, if you have been running on a high, you know, you've basically pushed and pulled in many different directions, you've been super busy, and you know, you are running on empty when it comes to your energy levels, but you have to maintain like this high kind of energized pursuit in whatever it is that you are trying to do, but you're like super exhausted underneath all of that. It can be that suddenly you're hit by a seasonal cold. Your body is saying enough is enough. So that's why I was saying earlier, don't burn the candle at both ends or spread yourself too thin, because there is a strong potential for you to be hit down in your prime with a seasonal cold or a sore throat, because my guides are showing me the throat chakra area at this time. So just watch out for that. If you're giving some sort of presentation or you know, doing something where you require your voice, like singing, or there is a strong potential that there may be a little bit of a bug going around. So protect yourself against that at this time. Also, the Tower in this position, it means you liberate yourself out of a very stuck situation. So if you have been feeling a little bit lost, or you've been drifting, or you've been feeling a little bit on autopilot, or you feel that nothing ever changes, that it's the same old month, just it's going to be a different year. You may feel everything's just going to be the same. I feel the universe is going to actually send you something as a surprise. Now, the Tower can literally be that suddenly, especially since you've got the star energy there, it could be that suddenly your power goes out. Okay, it could be that there's like a breaker gone down in the system, in the grid or something, and suddenly it's power out. And the Five of Swords there can be like, it leaves you like thinking, oh, I got to get the flashlight, I got to get like all the stuff, and you know, you have to be prepared for that. For some of you, it could also be that someone from your past could reach out and like cause a setback, that just when you're getting over them, suddenly they reach out and say, hey, I miss you, what you up to? And looking at your energy, you're walking away from this. You are like attracting a lot of attention. You know you don't need this person, because if they have not been around giving to a connection with you, then they certainly do not deserve a place in your life. Just coming on in and expecting to slot back in like nothing has happened. So I feel like you're calling this person to task. You may actually have like an ultimatum conversation with this person, or you may actually give them a piece of your mind, because the Five of Swords is to give that person a piece of your mind. And they could try and turn it around and say, oh, why are you being so mean? Why are you treating me this way? And it's almost like they are gaslighting you, like it's your problem, or, you know, they were just checking in on how you are. But actually, I feel like you're standing in your power and saying, no, I'm not accepting shoddy behavior. And I feel like you may even have a conversation where you say, you know what, I was really into you at the beginning, where I felt our goals kind of aligned. But now, you know, I've realized that actually we're completely misaligned, and you know, you're wonderful and everything, and unfortunately I'm not going to take this any further. So it could be that you turn it around and show them that actually you've been getting on with your life, you don't need this person, you're super independent, you've got other things going on, you haven't been just waiting by the phone, waiting for them to call, darning your socks, saying, oh, have they called yet, have they messaged? You know, I feel like you're kind of like turning things around this month and empowering yourself. Now, of course, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but it did come through, so I have to mention it. A lot of you have been tested, okay? This year has been a lot, and you've been at capacity. But these two cards in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse, they will go into the upright. So that means you heal something that has had a major impact on your life, and you let it go. It's like a new chapter. It feels very much like you are saying goodbye to the past and really shutting the door on it so you can embrace a brighter future, do more things that you love. And also the star energy, it indicates that, you know, there is a wish that you have put out into the universe that you feel has not shown up for you. And I feel you're going to be pleasantly surprised. The star energy indicates a lot of potential for a bright future. I feel you're going to be inspired, and there's a removal of energy blocks as well. So these two cards can literally be a removal of something that's been toxic, maybe a cycle that's played out over and over again that you're fed up with. A lot of you, it could be that, you know, there's something that you're tempted to have in your life, or something that you're tempted to eat all the time, or something that you know is not good for you, but you have like a major reaction to it, or suddenly it just doesn't feel good anymore. You're like letting that go. You're cutting it out forever, and you're not returning to it. I feel like you're choosing healthier options for you, and I feel like you're focusing on your goals, your dreams, and you're making sure that you remain on target. Because a lot of you, it's like, how do I remain on track or stay true to my sense of purpose? And I feel with that star energy, a lot of you, you may have struggled with confidence in the past, especially aesthetically, the way that you look, but you're going to notice a lot of people noticing you this month. Even if you're in a relationship, you're just going to notice people giving you the side eye or the second glance, and you're going to be like, oh, I still got it. So I feel there's just a lot of energy that puts a spring in your step, okay? Now with that Five of Swords in the resistance position, this is actually really positive. It means that there is less anxiety. It means that you're not overanalyzing something. You're just trying to live in the moment. And of course, it will go into the upright. So I do feel that some of you in some area of your life may get a person who is critical. So it could be that if you're in a family setting, it could be someone who's always super critical, asking you, are you going to get married yet? Or have you got a person yet? Or it could be someone criticizing your job or criticizing something. It's never good enough for this person. But I feel like you are just kind of like sidestepping it and kind of like ignoring them and thinking, you know what, I'm glad I'm me and I'm not you, and I'm not living in your head. I feel like you're kind of like just stepping back and saying, you know what, just enough. Okay, and I also feel there's this energy of, if you enter a competition, there is a strong potential that you're going to win it. So whatever that is, it could be for work, could be, for a lot of you, I see that promotion energy has already occurred or will occur in 2025. I actually don't see like anything like major happening in terms of your promotional energy in the month of December. But what I do see here is you being appreciated for what you do, especially by a critical person, someone who's really hard to please. They're really proud of what you've achieved. And I feel there is something being offered. A lot of you, it's a bonus or a raise. Some of you, it could be a raise with inflation, but I feel something else is going to be offered a little bit later on. So if you're a little bit disappointed because you thought, maybe there was going to be some change there, I feel it comes in 2025. But a lot of you, when you get that bonus, I feel like you are leaving and you are doing something that's more in alignment with your calling. Now, with the Five of Swords, it can indicate that yes, you have a lot on your mind. You're brainstorming on how to transform your life or change a cycle of repeat that you felt really stuck in for a long time, okay? Now, of course, also I feel you will put sort of changes in motion to put you on target to reach your goals. So if you have been trying to break out of something, restructure your life in some way, I definitely see that it's going to be worth it. But as always, whenever you're in the middle of change, it can feel really chaotic. It can feel like a lot. You know, like when you go to the attic, if you're lucky enough to have an attic, for example, or you're clearing out your closet, it seems like a really great idea at the time, and you're like taking all the stuff out and like, okay, I'm going to really organize things, and then suddenly you get like distracted by a photograph from like 10 years ago, and you're like, oh my gosh, that was a great time. And then suddenly you look at your bedroom or the attic and go, oh my gosh, it's a mess. It's worse than it was before. Sometimes when we're in the middle of changing things or transforming our lives, it feels like we're in the middle of super chaos and we cannot see our way out of it. And this month, for some of you, there may be some aspect of that. For example, could be that you're going gifting this month. It could be that you're going shopping and you go down like, some sort of shopping mall and it's just completely chaotic and everyone's hustling and bustling and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. So I feel it's important to have compassion with yourself, to, slow your pace there, not rush around or anything like that, because I feel it's just going to drain your energy. Now, also, this is a card of chaos and tension, but it can also be like a sudden truth. Especially since we have the star energy. Suddenly, someone could get really real with you, or you actually give someone a piece of your mind this month, and it causes a little bit of an argument, okay? You may feel that you had to say this if someone really pushes your buttons. Ultimately, I see you like withdrawing and not getting involved in drama, but there may be someone who says something that really just... it's too much. And I feel like you erect your boundaries super high and you diplomatically tell this person where to go, okay? And I feel this person from here on in, they really will respect you. Whether it's a client who's a little bit grouchy, or whether it's your boss, or whether it's a neighbor or a family member, I feel the way you deal with this, they look at you like, okay, yeah, that'll be the last time we have that conversation. I feel this person, their approach to you later on just completely changes there as well, okay? Now, of course, this card indicates that some of you may have just felt that things have been unfair recently, and I feel that things are going to readdress the balance for you, especially at the end of the month. I feel things are just better at the end of the month for you. I feel like you're very productive, you got a lot on your plate. I feel like you're just maintaining and sustaining life. I feel like you're doing as much as you can, and a lot of you have neglected your own needs, so I feel like you are trying to prioritize what it is you need at this time. And I feel a lot of you, this card indicates you're being bold and daring, you're leading with integrity, you're embracing the future, you're allowing that passion to guide you, that inner compass. It's raw, and I feel like you're going to have a lot of energy after recharging, because that Hermit energy can be like you just need a rest, and then those mental blocks or that brain fog or that feeling that you've hit like a brick wall in some area of your life, suddenly you are kind of like finding solutions to problems and moving through them, overcoming them, and seeing your life from a different perspective. Now, of course, this card is about vigilance as well, and I've already mentioned things to be vigilant for. I'm also being given, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful. When I say be vigilant for, it's like people being a little bit cranky, but also I'm being given right now that if you are going on like a car journey, or it's a car journey I'm picking up on. If you're going on a car journey, make sure, and this is so random, but I'm being given it, so I must give it to you, make sure you have a physical hard copy map as well, because I feel there is a potential for some sort of glitch in GPS or the internet. I'm being given GPS. So just be mindful, because it could be that you have to like take a little stop and go old-fashioned and check a map there. So that's not going to resonate with everyone, and I actually hope it resonates with no one, but I'm being given that. Just make sure long journeys have a hard copy physical map with you. just in case GPS goes out, okay? You know, if it happens, they'll thank me later, but it's just important to have that. Sometimes people forget. But also, this card indicates that you are firmly setting your intentions for the future ahead, and you have the tenacity, the motivation to see it through to the end. So I do see a lot of reward for you in the month of December, but a lot of you are planning to, you know, set things up or strategize for 2025. And this month it feels like, although you've got a lot on your plate and you're still making life running smoothly and, you know, adhering to your responsibilities, a lot of you is kind of like, where's the fun at? I want to just let my hair down and go out there and enjoy myself. But then the reality kicks in where you focus more on your sense of purpose, okay? Now, the Judgment card can indicate that in order to move forward, we must let something go, something that perhaps has been holding us back. So, for example, if you are connecting to diets or exercise routines and, you know, you feel like you're not making any headway, you've established a certain routine that's been working for you, and then suddenly it stops and you're like, oh, it's not really doing anything anymore. You may need to either change it or leave some of those exercises out and embrace new ones, or perhaps there's something in your diet that is actually limiting progress. You may need to let it go, okay? That's an energy I'm being given there. For some of you, it could be that you're changing neighborhoods, and although you kind of liked the one you were in, you may feel like it's changed, or, you know, you just don't have the same affinity for it, so you're letting it go. The Judgment card is to leave your old life behind. And I feel with this card in particular, a lot of you, it's like to leave 2024 behind, because it has been chaotic. It has brought a lot of shocks, twists, and turns. And I feel now you're more in control of the plot twists than the energy is itself. I feel like you're taking charge there, okay? Now, this card also indicates a rebirth of energy, sudden awakenings, epiphanies, realizations, but it's also about your true purpose and prosperity. And I feel like you have everything you need to move forward with purpose at this time. And this card really screams purpose, okay? So you're doing more things that you love. I feel a lot of you are connecting to following your bliss. Some of you, with that Ace of Cups there, you're going to find love, okay? So if you're looking for love, there's definitely love available. For some of you, you may even be shocked by a person who declares feelings for you, something that you were not aware of. This person's hidden it well. This person, they're always helping you or always wanting to know what's going on with you. They're quite close to you, but they may shock you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Now, not everyone may celebrate the season that comes in December, but I'm actually seeing someone try and surprise you under the mistletoe. Random, I know, and a little bit obvious perhaps. So it may be something that if you're at a party, someone just grabs some if there is some there. I mean, it may be inappropriate at work, but it may happen. So please take it as it resonates. But I feel someone is trying to like go, hey, I have feelings for you. This is serious. I'm not just joking around. So yeah, just be a little bit mindful of that. I actually feel that it's reciprocal. So I feel like this is someone that maybe you've got a crush on already for a lot of you. Now, the Ace of Cups indicates that there is something offered to you in the month of December that is going to truly make your heart swell with joy. Could be a dream job opportunity if you're putting a resume out there. I mean, some of you may have come to this reading and you had a shock. You may have been made redundant, or you may have, walked away from something, because a lot of you, you've taken the power back and walked away from something. And I feel for some of you, it could also be that a friendship has evolved and you feel really disappointed in this person, but you're distancing yourself from this person, or you feel there is a distance from this person and you're not going to chase this person. I feel like you're empowering yourself to say, if there's a problem, you come to me. But I feel if some of you have walked away from a job or a role or something, for some of you, it could have been you walked away from a toxic relationship, or someone who breadcrumbs you, or someone who is kind of like really cruel with their intentions or thoughts or the actions. I feel you're walking away from this situation because enough is enough. And I feel that there's an important message here. Do not feel defeated, because the universe often rewards you for walking away from something that truly is not aligned on your path. And it rewards you with this opportunity. So for some, as I said, it'll be a new relationship, or it could be, a really important time for healing for you. Or some of you, it could be like a bonus or a raise or love, or, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish at this time. I feel the universe is offering it to you. Now, it's like a fresh new start. That's what that card literally means. And also, I feel like you're nurturing your energy, your heart space is opening. I feel like you're really kind of like trying to be as positive as possible about the year ahead, but always there is a healthy dose of like being on guard should there be any shocks or surprises. And I'm just being given another energy. One moment, please. I really need to tap into that. Okay, some of you may be moving some money around this month is what I'm seeing, but also some of you, it could be that your card does not work, or you may have to get a replacement card, like financial card. It could be that it's misplaced as well. It doesn't have to be that it doesn't work. I feel for some of you, it's just a frustration. It's just annoying because of the time of year, but I feel like you'll get it sorted, no problem. Is there anything else I'm picking up on with this energy? I feel a lot of you, it's about you asking yourself, where have you been this year? And sort of like calling yourself back to yourself in some way, to live in the moment and feel present, to heal all those aspects of disappointments or things that you expected to happen that didn't happen. It's also like a really important and needed process for you to take care of your serious side of life, your duties, your responsibilities, but also to have fun and embrace that playful side as well, to find that balance. And I feel a lot of you are choosing to nurture your own needs in this month, not in an egotistical way, but because you really need to. You've neglected yourself for a little bit of time, and I feel like you are super exhausted and in need of respite. A lot of you may also try to silence the inner critic because, you may be tearing yourself down, and you may feel that things have got critical there. There's an energy of criticizing yourself in some way, and you're just noticing how you talk to yourself in your mind. So it could be that, if someone ever said some of the things that you say to yourself, if they said them to you, you'd be like, that's unacceptable. You can't say that to me. You can't talk to me that way. So especially when you are under pressure or you feel something didn't go your way, why do you feel it's okay for you to, tear yourself down or say like sometimes unacceptable things to yourself? So I see a lot of you like noticing how you talk to yourself and trying to take control of your thoughts, trying to silence the inner critic, but also have peace of mind, protecting your peace of mind there as well, okay? I'm just going to go and get some final cards before I close your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to be aware of at this time? You're exactly where you need to be. You're stepping into your highest divine path. Now, when we are about to transform our lives, things get chaotic. Just when you're about to have a breakthrough, it gets really, really messy and chaotic in life. So this could be a breakthrough in a personal development project, or at work, or, in a friendship or relationship, or, just day-to-day running of life and stuff. Just when you are about to make a major breakthrough, things just go awry. And I feel like you've been going through that right now. You may have felt a little bit in a tailspin, but the month of December actually is a recalibration month for you, where the energy gets smoother. As you close out the year, things just get a little bit easier. I feel like you've done a lot of the spiritual work. I feel like you've done a lot of the coping mechanisms, and I feel like you're just exhausted and you're like, why does it always have to be difficult? Well, I see things are not going to be so difficult, but the lessons that you take from 2024 into 2025, they kind of like arm you with the capabilities to deal with anything that comes your way. Nothing's going to faze you, is what I see there. And it says you're exactly where you need to be. So if you feel that you should have accomplished more this year, or this is a time of year where a lot of people will be sharing posts on social media of how far they've come, how much they've accomplished, and you actually have accomplished a lot. You just don't tend to dwell in all your accomplishments. Sometimes you're maybe a little bit too humble about all the things that you accomplish, and you don't really talk about them. But in any case, if anyone actually needs to hear this right now, it's okay if the only thing you feel that you did this year was get through 2024, then you did a great job. You showed up, you backed yourself, you dealt with problems, you found a solution, and you are a warrior or a warrioress. And you are going from strength to strength, and things are going to get infinitely better for you there as well, okay? As it says here, you're stepping into your highest divine path. But in order to do that, we need to take stock, get a bird's eye view of our lives in order to re-strategize and see the road ahead, or map it before we take the next steps. And of course, yeah, I knew this one. You could feel it in your energy. You're pushing yourself to exhaustion, okay? It says, enjoy yourself in between all your hard work. This was a major message that came out in your reading. And it says here as well, don't compare your life to others. Your journey is your own. Okay, sometimes we're up and sometimes we're down, and it swings and roundabouts. It really does. Sometimes you'll watch a friend really thriving and doing super well, and you're really happy for that person and you celebrate that person, and you may be sometimes thinking, when is it my turn? Or it would be nice if it was, an opportunity that came my way that we could celebrate. You will have your turn. And, then you may see that your friend has a bit of a lull. They're not getting as many great things come their way because there's meant to be a little bit of a pause in between. And then again, it will come back around their way again too. So I feel you are learning that lesson, not to put too much pressure on yourself thinking, I wish I had that, or they're getting that right now. And it can be a lot, okay? And it also says here, if all you're doing is waiting for the really big moments, you won't value and appreciate the small ones. So this is a month of really taking stock of what's important, the simplicity of life, spending it with your nearest and dearest, or the people you call your soul tribe. Seventh house is all about those partnerships. So even though it may feel like you're just running on autopilot and doing what you do, I feel like you are deepening connections, and there's a lot of unconditional love around you. People really care about you. And if you are searching for soul tribe members right now and you're feeling a bit isolated or alone, because this time of year can amplify those feelings, then I definitely see you're going to be a little bit more integrated and social in your community. Maybe some sort of event or some sort of kind of like course of learning. I see a lot of you actually doing something that you're passionate about, something artistic as well, and something that involves you more in the community, and you will find firm friends at that group there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before I close your reading. Okay, so we've got one button there, and it is the mushroom. Okay, now the mushrooms, of course, they grow in the dark. So I feel a lot of you have been going through some struggles there, and I definitely see that, yes, a period of personal development and growth, it can be hard. Whenever we discover like an epiphany or have an aha moment or a breakthrough in life, it never really happens when we're at peace. It tends to happen when we're at chaos, when we are trying to like navigate our way and we are restructuring. So I feel here that in this restructure, whatever it is for you, you're going to get your aha moment. You're going to get, a lot of knowledge there as well. And for some of you, those mushrooms can represent toxicity. You're detoxifying from toxicity or toxic relationships, or even food substances that just don't resonate with your body anymore. So I feel like you are on a path to basically get the best out of life for you. And the universe is sending you opportunities your way as well. And before I go, I'm just being given a little bit of energy where some of you may hear that someone you know is pregnant. Okay, so there could be a celebration around that there too. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Gemini. A little bit complex and kind of like chaotic or sporadic in the thoughts Perhaps that's how you're feeling right now. You've got a lot on your plate and you're trying to do so much. So it's important to compartmentalize this month in particular. Okay, so I will leave it there. Thank you so much, and love and light.